Welcome to the Think Loud Crew podcast. New year, new me. Woo! New year, new intro. No, just kidding.
All the confidence.
I had so much confidence going into that, but I don't have a new intro at all. But I just wanted to start off by saying Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, you guys.
Happy New Year. Why do you have your laptop out like you're hella official?
Because I have to fix something on an invoice for mom. And
while we record.
Multitasking.
I have to finish it this morning.
Kidding.
I like that about you.
No, I woke up early this morning and I was like, let me finish my work. And then when I was like, please review it. And as we were in the car, I said, oh my gosh, I forgot to change one word. So there's like a typo and I don't want to send it out. And it's literally one word. And like, I feel like most people would just read over it. But
Okay. New year, multitasking for Kyle. Let's talk about New Year's Eve. I want to get into New Year's Eve. I do.
Fun.
That was fun.
We were all together.
This girl.
Yes,
was
this
free.
girl.
Yes, we were all together for New Year's Eve.
Can I just say, I didn't know you could handle like that. I didn't.
Shannon, what was that? What did you say?
I was just so confused. Never mind.
Okay, backstory.
Never mind.
We all brought in the New Year together. We went to my friend Iris's house. We went to our friend Iris's house, and she was having a New Year's party. And I was excited. I was excited for the night.
It was so much fun. It was a great night.
It was a great night. And in my head, I was like, yeah, I'm about to get lit. It's New Year's Eve. I'm safe. I'm at my people's house. My house is like up the street.
Yeah, literally.
Literally 2 minutes away. So I felt really good. I don't normally like going out on New Year's unless I'm like out of the country or something. Because I feel like going out on New Year's in LA.
It's just not too much traffic, people.
And danger.
Yeah,
It just screams danger
It
to
does
me.
scream danger.
Before we had kids, we would literally go get hotel rooms at La Park, and we would both be asleep by like 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
and we'd be
have the greatest night ever.
Hey,
I'd be like, I
get
had
over
so
there
much fun.
and be like, you want to come to my room and chill? I'd be like, cool, let's just sit here together.
My mom would feel bad for us because we didn't want to go out and do anything on New Year's, and she always was like throwing a party or something.
Yeah.
So she would get us a hotel room to just hang out in and like bring it in a safe way. But I would be asleep by 9.
You're like, I'm done.
I'm out.
I think this is the first New Year's in a long time that I've actually stayed up till 12.
Yeah.
Because usually I'm in the bed with Parker, knocked out. But this time I had so much fun.
I had a lot of fun.
I was kid free.
Yes, we were both.
We all were. No, shit, I had Ryder.
No, you had Ryder.
You were halfway, but there was supervision.
Because she was occupied. She had a babysitter.
Yeah.
She was occupied with kids.
There was not one point where she asked me for anything. Now I think about it.
Yeah, no, they were just in their own world happy.
And I was like, Ryder, you need a jacket. And she said, I'm fine.
Girl, I chased her around with that white jacket for it seemed like half the party to give her that jacket.
Girl, it's cold. Jacket.
So it was a lot of fun. And I remember when we go out, sometimes I'm like, all right, me and Zach have a talk in the beginning. Like, is it my night or your night? Like, who gets to get more lit? Because you got to watch each other. Like, it doesn't matter where you're at.
Yeah,
so
you got to make sure you're good.
I was looking at him like, is it you or is it me? Like, who's going to drink? And like, then who's going to be the one to get us home? Yes. Not drive, but just physically get us in the Uber.
Who's going to unlock the door?
Yes,
who's going to get us in the bed?
Who has the house key? Who's the responsible one out of the bunch?
I feel like you both were responsible.
Yeah, because we had to sober up for our friend.
Because
I sobered up real fast.
We all sobered up for Kyle.
Like, drink. I couldn't. There was no, like, you kept asking me. I'm like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
At this point,
yeah,
I'm good.
So there was at one point, one of my friends, Ashley, she came up to me. She goes, Shy, you got to come see this. I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? I'm thinking it's Zach. Because, fuck it. Why not? It's my first thought.
Right.
And then I'm thinking, oh, it's Ryder. What did Ryder do?
What's happened?
And we go over, and Kyle and Shannon are like ducked off by this bush, crying. You guys were like cracking up and crying. I have a video
we were having a really good conversation.
And Ashley's like, look at them. They're cracking up. They're crying. And I'm just sitting there recording them like, look at these two drunkies just cracking up, crying.
I love you. We literally had so many fucking moments.
Kyle told everybody at that party that she loved them.
She was very...
Aww.
You did.
You were very, like...
I was social then.
You were
very social.
You talked to way more people than I did.
I had
Same.
the next
Way more people.
And I was sitting next to
than I
her,
did.
and she kept saying, "Hi, my name is Kyle," and I'm like, "Oh shit, well,
No,
hi."
it's crazy
My name is
'cause
Shannon. I guess I
usually-
gotta introduce myself.
One, when I go over to that house, particularly, like, I'm more quiet. And, like, when I don't drink around, like, people.
Oh, you
Oh,
were
you
quiet.
turned it up.
Yeah, I got, like, some Instagram follows the next day. I haven't talked to anybody, but
From
I was
people
like,
you met there?
yeah. And I was like, how did they find me? Because I didn't
find me.
post
Girl.
anything.
told
I
them.
never talked about Instagram. Like, it was never.
You were very
you were
social.
very social, and there was one time I walked by you, and
Like,
it was like a
whatever.
casual walk by, but like an ear hustle walk by. And I'm like, oh, she's telling them her whole life story right
Oh,
now.
I was drinking.
But the
I
girl
drank.
was so into the story.
I love it.
I'm like, oh my God, this is so funny. So I kept on like peeping, corner my, okay, she's good.
Yeah.
All right, Shannon's good.
I'm
all
not
right,
going to sit
Zach's
there and
good.
talk to you unless you're, like,
Engaging.
engaging or you're
Yeah.
asking questions. Because if not, like, I'm not a small talk person. And, like,
You definitely not a small
Yeah.
talk person.
I'll just sit there and observe and be
Yeah.
like, oh, I had a great night. Didn't talk to anybody.
No,
like,
Kyle, you talked to everybody.
I was, yeah.
Then at one point, Zach comes up to me and goes, hey, I think your sister's drunk.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then I'm
What's
like,
this?
okay. And I just kind of not ignore it, but I'm like, all right, I'm sure
Let her
she's
have her-
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fine. Bro. Like 15 minutes later, Kyle comes up to me, eyes closed, and goes, I'm so drunk, but I'm having the best time ever.
I remember one point you got so mad because Kyle then put on her sunglasses for the rest of the night. She said,
I
"Shannon,
said, Shannon, I need to put these glasses
can't-
on. I
can't
feel
do
inappropriate.
anything." She said, I'm wearing my glasses, and she just kept rocking. And she was like, look at me.
I look over.
And then Sean kept saying, take
Take
off them
them
damn
off.
glasses.
Take 'em off.
Take them off. You look a fool.
They were like these pitch black, dark glasses.
I did
Mind
not
you,
want anyone to see my
we're
eyes at this
outside
point.
and it's nighttime. That's my biggest pet peeve is when people wear glasses at night.
It was
Yes.
New Year's Eve. I was in my own world. Other people had sunglasses on too.
But they
I
weren't as
would-
dark as yours. They
Not
were
give
like
a
the
fuck.
see-through glasses. Kyle's were like pitch
I was
black.
like, you
kept
can't
saying-
see me.
And she's like, hey, you
Yeah.
can't see me. Now that I have my glasses on, you can't see me. Yes, we can. That's what I said.
Y'all.
Yeah, we can, Kyle.
I honestly
I remember that
needed
talk.
that night.
I'm happy you had it.
And I'm very grateful
I'm
that
happy
you
you had
guys
it,
were
too.
there to get me home. Because at one point, there was this other couple there. And every time I see them, they also have 2 young children. And, like, we're always, like, running after our kids. And they were kid-free. And they went through the most to get, like, a sitter that night. So they were happy. The first time we started talking, I was like, oh, the wife's on my same level. Like, okay, cool. At one point, I was coming out, and they were like, hey, do you know where we can, like, get another drink or, like, what? I don't know. Like, it was just one of
bar's over
those
there.
moments. And it was like, come with me.
I know where to go.
I will show you.
I will show you the way.
But it was like the 3 of us. Then, like, I just feel like it was like 20 minutes. It could have been 5 minutes. But, like, we just had, like, the greatest conversation. And it was like, they hadn't had a kid-free moment. I was like, I haven't really had a kid-free moment. I was like, I don't even like to drink alcohol. Like, last night I went out and
You went out last night.
Yeah.
You're just a
You're
party
good.
animal right now.
I drank water all night. I didn't have any alcohol.
Who'd you go out with?
Jade.
Where'd y'all go?
So I worked.
she said,
Right.
not telling you.
Where did you guys go?
We went to the blind barber for a little bit.
Is that a
In Highland
bar?
Park. Yeah, it's a bar. We
Oh.
just like.
See, this is how out of loop I am.
I don't even know.
I don't know anything either,
the
but
blind barber. Did
it was
you
like
go
in
the
Highland
one-
Park.
Yeah,
I think there's
it's
multiple
so cute.
locations. So
Yeah.
it's like a barber shop in the front, and then they have like
and
a
then in the
speakeasy
back,
in the back.
Yeah, it's cute.
So they had like some like black female DJs, and it was
Uh-huh.
nice. So we went there. We had a mocktail, and then we drank hella water. And I was like, okay. Then I was like, I had to pee.
I was about to say.
On my way to her house, I drank this entire canteen. I was like really hydrating yesterday, and then all night it was like it was like I basically drank alcohol. I broke the seal, and I had to pee like every hour.
So you might as well have had a drink.
I might as well have had a drink. So we went to the blind barber, and then we went to the Broadway bar next to the Orpheum, and I had never been there.
You guys bar hopped.
It was actually a lot of fun. The DJ was cool. I was like, there were black people there. I was like, where do these people live? Because like normally when I go out, it's I'm like, it was just a different crowd.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, where are these people from? But it was fun. We just drank and we drank water. Had a Diet Coke.
Lame.
But we had a great time. And it was fun. We were out till like 1 something.
Wow.
And
I love this
Ubered
life for
home.
you.
I was, yeah. So it was.
You're still
Riding
that
going.
wave
You're
from
still
New
riding
Year.
the wave. Okay, back to New Year's.
Oh yeah. So I had a great time with other like parents who haven't gotten like a real break.
Yeah.
But we were both like, hey, like we need this moment. Like we've been trying to have like a drunk moment or just like a free moment because normally that responsibility
you've
is
been-
like pulling on
Yeah.
you. So I was like, after this year, I was like, this is for me. I was like,
I thought it was great.
This
I
is
thought
for
it was
me.
really
I
good.
didn't realize we were in the bushes cracking
You
up.
guys were in the bushes crying and cracking up at the same time. I have videos
Yeah.
of all of this, by the way.
I love this.
So
yeah,
then-
there's videos that I saw the next day, and I was like,
did
I'm
you
so
see the
happy we took
pictures of me and Zach
Those were great.
tucking you in the bed?
Well, so I remember
Okay,
the way
I
we
don't
got
even-
home.
Hold on,
No.
we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're still at the party right now, okay? Okay, after Kyle came up to me with the eyes closed talking about I'm drunk, but I'm having a great time, I'm like, okay, I think she's still fine. I hope she opens her eyes when I walk away. We're good. So I went and had another drink because I'm like, I don't
Like,
know.
we're
I could
good.
feel myself starting to like sober up
Oh.
because I knew my friend over here was heavily intoxicated and was skipping around the party. And at this point, I'm like, all right, I can see this might go either this way or this
That
way.
way.
I don't know which way it's about to go, but let me get my sober together. So, but I wasn't ready to sober. I wanted to rage.
Because
So-
it was just
Yes.
like let's keep
Chill.
going.
Let's keep going.
Did I take away from your rage moment?
Not until you came up the next time. And
Okay.
it was probably like 20 to 30 minutes later, and you go, Shy. And I was like, what? She goes, I just threw up, but I cleaned it up, and I'm having the best time ever.
And then I think
When I say
that's
clean it
when
up,
you came to me. You
I
said,
literally-
Shannon,
It's time to
go
go.
look at your friend.
It's time to
No,
go.
you say go look at your friend outside.
Oh, then we go
Let
outside.
me show you. She said, let me go show you something, Shannon. Go look at your friend. And I go look at my friend, and she's by the tables where the food
I
was.
can't believe we're talking about
Lay
being drunk on the
Warner.
podcast.
Laid down.
And I said,
on the table, flat bodied.
I said, oh, shit. She said, it's time to go.
It's time to go. Okay, if you watch us on YouTube, this is the visual that you need, okay? Say that this is all food on the table, right? But this is a bar that's like, waist level. This was
And I'm
Kyle.
tall compared to this bar.
It's like this.
Poor
But the
thing.
legs were still like giving life.
I hope people don't get offended by this story.
Why?
I don't know.
I thought it was a great story.
It is a great story.
No, it's funny.
I had
Like
so much fun.
maybe
It was
like
the best time.
a year ago, if you guys were to tell this story, I'd be so embarrassed
Yeah.
because I'd be like, please don't talk about me getting drunk or like.
No, but you're
Just
a free
me doing
woman.
things.
You're a
But
happy
I'm like,
woman.
no, it was one of my goals
I
this
feel
year
like
to
this is-
actually.
You have talked about
yes.
you wanted to have a
You've
drunk
been
night.
sending me memes. She sends me
Of like,
all the time of like.
This has been a goal.
Girl drunk.
It's your goal.
She every time she sends me something on Instagram, it's two women getting drunk together, and I'm so happy
It
that
could
you
be-
had this
the
moment.
thing is, you weren't sloppy.
no,
You get what I mean? Like, you were just having fun,
I was
but you
having fun.
definitely got drunk. But
Yeah.
it was great
And
to
I was
see.
happy. Like,
You were a happy drunk. And we were all
We
happy.
we were all happy.
We were all
Everyone
happy.
was a great
and
night.
everyone was really nice. It was like such a great.
It was a good
crowd.
it was a good space to
Yeah.
And normally, like I'm a little bit more
Yourself.
shy. and
No,
I'm like,
you were it that night.
yeah. And I was exhausted
You
too.
were it.
Y'all, I cooked that pot, 2 pots of gumbo that day, so I know I didn't eat right. So at first I was like trying to force myself to eat eat
Those
food
tacos
there.
were
So
good.
bomb.
They were
Oh
good,
my
No,
but I
the
needed
plate
some
you brought
potatoes.
home, I could not stop eating off that plate.
That plate was
Oh.
bomb.
So
So
bomb.
once Kyle
It
was
was
laid
good.
out, I told Shannon, let's pack it up. I found Zach and I said, we gotta go right now. And he's like, why? I'm like, go look at your sister. And then at that point, she had changed positions, but was still man down. And he goes, okay, let's go.
So we packed. I feel like we packed it up so
we
fast.
packed it up so fast because Troy texts Zach and said, where'd you guys go? I thought you guys were going to spend the night.
Aw,
And then
I'm sorry.
Kenton we saw Kenton and Ashley the next day, and Kenton was like, bro, you guys were like, choo, 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 choo. And then we're out of there.
I'm tall. I'm 5'10".
We got
Who's
out,
going to
really?
carry me in the house?
Bro.
That was my thought. That's why
Me
I'm like,
and Zach did.
yeah, they took my dress off the next morning.
No, I took your dress off.
Well, I know, not they.
I was in charge
Excuse
of
me,
Ryder.
not they.
Yeah.
Cheyenne.
Shannon was in charge of Ryder.
The next
It was
morning,
me and Zach for Kyle.
I wake up to Cheyenne, and she's like, hey. And I'm like, what's going Oh, the picture of me the next morning after is
No, you have
absolutely
to.
insane.
Do you remember us getting you out the car?
No, but the crazy thing is I had the house key.
Yeah, we had that from you. We took it from you.
Who,
We took it off
like-
of
I
you.
have all your stuff in my car.
Yeah, I have no idea where my shoes are.
I have them.
like 2 pair of shoes.
I have your slides.
Yeah, my
I
slides
have
and my
your-
heels.
Your heels. I have a lot of your stuff. Parker came in the car the other day. He was like, what is this, Mom?
No.
What is this?
So Shannon got Ryder in the house, and then I looked at Zach. I said, "Babe, you gotta help me get Kyle in the house. She's a little bigger than me." And then and Zach was like drunk, but at this point he was like getting a little not angry drunk, but just like ready to go to bed drunk.
Zach was like,
and he goes, "She's too damn big to get this drunk." And he's like,
That's why don't get
kicking
drunk,
his
brother.
legs around. So you should have seen me trying to get Kyle.
Y'all should have just left me in the car.
No.
No, then you would have been home with me.
And then
I would have been just fine.
we got
Would've never
Kyle in
known.
the bed. We plopped her in that bed so quick. I undressed her, tucked her in, and then me and Zach had a full-blown photo shoot with her.
Photo shoot.
You for sure did.
I didn't
I'm
wake
going to
up.
send it to you, Travis. You can insert one of the pictures
One of
Kyle
them.
approves.
Yes. One of them. You
One.
said the next
you
morning.
said you could have done my edges better.
Yeah. Okay. No, because my weave, my like little kitchen
Hold
was
on.
starting
Did
to
you
peek
take
out.
a picture of you the morning you woke
Yes.
up?
Oh, I look atrocious.
That's the picture that I need. I need that
Did
for
Did she not
myself.
send you a picture?
She
I sent
asked
it to
multiple-
Shannon.
She asked
Pictures
me,
of the
"Can I
morning."
post this on my Snapchat?" I said,
No.
"Don't do that to yourself.
Oh.
Just
I
don't
was
do
like,
that."
can this be like, I had a really great night, but like, what the fuck? Like, this is my what the
She
fuck.
had
My
a
mom was
time.
like, don't send that to anyone. The next morning when I finally did wake up, Cheyenne came in, and I'm thinking it's like early. It was like 11 o'clock.
It was 11 o'clock, babe.
And when I tell you, I was like, I felt so great.
Yeah, I was surprised you didn't have a hangover.
I didn't have a hangover.
I fed
think
you
I
water.
took all the kids that day.
I had a massive hangover because I
Did
think
you?
what happened was
Well,
I
I threw
had
up.
to sober up so quick to get her together that I feel like it like imbalanced my
imbalance.
drunkenness. And then as soon as I knew that,
It,
as
like,
soon as she woke
paused
up
your
the next day,
drunkenness.
yeah, and I knew she was
Ugh.
fine, then all of a sudden I was sick. Like all of a sudden it just
Damn.
all came back, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I saw
okay,
it.
I need to lay down.
Yeah,
I felt
Cheyenne
it after
was-
my rush in the morning because I
Oh.
had to wake up. I had 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah,
And then
Oh, you went to the parade?
And I went to the
Yeah.
parade.
Oh, God
So
bless
I
your
woke
soul.
up like
Oh.
yeah.
I felt
I
my
couldn't
headache, but I
imagine.
said, Shannon, don't
Get
do
up.
it.
Yeah,
So I just took a quick shower and I was like, parade.
I don't know how you did the parade.
I don't either. I had to wake up at 6. I probably got home at 4.
That's a super mom.
I was
And
man
then-
down that next day.
And then I think right after the parade, I slept the rest of the day.
Yeah, my mom called me and was like, "Where's Kyle? She's supposed to be." Oh, because my mom had the boys.
the
She had
boys.
Boz, Zaire, and Ace. So my mom
Oh.
was like, "Where's Kyle?" And Ryder wanted to go to my mom's house. She had this whole plan how she was going to spend the
"Where's
night at grandma's
grandma?"
house for 4 days. I was like,
4
Ryder,
days.
maybe 2 days, but not 4.
She's like, getting
And
rid
she
of
was
everybody.
Like,
No.
Ryder was like, "My shit is packed. Like, I'm going to spend my time with grandma." And I'm like,
so she was very serious.
that morning, I was like, okay.
4 days.
Come
4
on,
days
girl.
it is.
I let Kyle sleep until 11, but then my mom was blowing me up like, I need reinforcements.
Y'all,
And
and I didn't have my phone on me that night.
no, you didn't.
I left my phone off because I put my phone
Oh.
away because I wanted to actually be present and enjoy.
You
so
were
like,
present.
I didn't even know if my phone made it home. It was like,
I think I put your phone on the charger.
oh, you did. I was like,
I'm all thinking,
you know.
like,
Yeah, but when Ryder, so once Kyle got up, I was like, Ryder's packed. You guys can leave now. Zach and I didn't leave the house for 3 days. We
love
didn't
that.
get off of the
That's nice.
couch. First off, he woke up that morning. I don't know how he wasn't hungover. He cleaned the whole house.
yes.
did he really?
Cleaned the whole house, the whole thing. He said, I want to sit in a clean house. I said, I can't help you.
Because we made a wreck.
He cleaned it.
It was a wreck before he left.
He cleaned the whole thing, right? I laid on the couch. His parents got him a heated blanket for Christmas. That blanket was mine for 3
Ooh.
days. And I got so high. I don't smoke. Like, I barely smoke.
I got so high.
You guys know I barely smoke.
Yeah,
if
I am
anyone
not a
passes me
smoker.
a joint, I'm like, I can't do it.
No.
Or I like put my mouth on it and just blow it out.
She'll
because
fake just
I'll
to
like
be
fake
like
it just
not
so
a-
that I don't have to explain that I can't get high
Smoke.
with you because I get too high. You guys.
Is that where you were stuck on the couch
I
for 3
was stuck
days?
on the couch for 3 days.
Oh, I'm
and it
happy
was
for
the
you.
best 3 days ever. Zach was like, you haven't smoked like this in 10 years. Oh my God.
He was probably happy.
He had a buddy.
He was like,
Yeah.
oh, and we smoked inside the house
Oh, I love it.
because
I
we didn't
love
have our
it.
kids and we could air it out. It was the coolest thing ever. It was
Nothing's
I felt
the coolest
so
thing
cool.
ever.
I love
felt
it.
so cool. We were like passing it back and forth.
I love
And then at one
it.
point, when I was like at the end of my whim, he's like passing me. I'm like, I can't go. I can't do it anymore.
I'm done.
He's like, yes, you can. Yes, you can. I'm like, okay, I can do it.
You're like,
I
how
was-
about
Love that.
I was so high. I was so high. I text Dad.
And said what?
I'm so high right now.
Oh.
I can't get unhigh. And he responded back, what are you talking about, kid? And then I just never responded.
Oh,
You're like, I gotta tell somebody.
I had to tell somebody.
You're like that.
Oh, meanwhile,
Tell somebody.
You said
Somebody
that
needs to know. I was way too faded.
what do we have all 4 of the kids for 2 days? And then Isabel came.
Yeah.
But I did not have a hangover.
I don't think I did either. I just slept it off.
And I was like, the next day after I woke up, thank you for letting me sleep in,
Mm-hmm.
I was off to the races
What?
with
Yeah.
the
Off
kids.
the races.
Yeah, so it was like, people on Snapchat were like, do you ever just like get tired?
You said, yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, I do.
And I was like running off fumes, like, but gotta do it, like.
I'm happy you had a good night, though.
Yeah.
You could tell that both of you guys had a really fun night, and I have really
I had a
cute
time of my
videos
life,
of you
yeah.
guys.
I had
And
a
I was
time.
very happy there was a photographer there. And normally, like, I always
We
miss
got
out on
some
photos.
beautiful photos of us.
I remember being like, Shannon, let's take pictures. Like,
Your pictures are really cute. I hated all my pictures from that night.
Really?
Yeah.
Aw,
We
no.
enjoyed ours.
I don't know. It just wasn't my night for pictures.
Well, of the
thought you
5
looked
photos
gorgeous.
that I did take that night, 3 of them were of you and Ashley
Those
on
were
the couch.
and I sent it to Ashley. You have to watch it on live.
There's a candid shot, like
We
just candid
are
photos.
Clearly talking
They're
shit
like,
about something or somebody in the picture and cracking up and having the best time ever.
Best time.
The
Like,
best time ever.
I remember, yeah, that was the only time I had my phone. And I looked over and I said, they're having such a great time. And I want them to know that they love each other, like, so much. Like,
Yeah.
that was my thought. Like, I was like, I have to capture this moment. So in, like, 10 years, I could be like, remember that time? I don't know why that was my thought.
The
But yeah,
crazy thing
that
is
was the
Ashley
only thing
and I
I
have
took.
pictures together
Uh-huh.
You know.
from like
For so long, huh?
Ryder's first birthday.
Yeah.
Like, and we both look
Aw.
like infant people. Like, we look like little babies.
But that's
together.
amazing to see your guys' growth over
Yeah.
the years.
Yeah, it was pretty.
I'm gonna
It's
say,
pretty.
y'all are aging beautifully.
Oh, thank you.
Like,
Yes.
I really, that's my favorite thing about getting older. I feel like
I'm
we're only getting,
better.
yes.
Yeah.
I truly believe that. I look at pictures, I'm like, I look so much better now than I used to. I don't know what it is about aging. Maybe we're more confident within our skin.
I don't know.
I think
I'm a little
so.
chunkier than what I thought I would be, but just being honest.
You still look good, Cheyenne. You
Still
look
look
really,
gorge.
really great.
Thank you.
You
Thank
look
you.
gorge.
So I'm happy that everyone had a good first day bringing in their
I for sure
their
did. I
new
feel
year.
like I connected with like Ashley and Kenton on another level too. And I never, like you always are with the people. Like I'm always with that group. But I feel like I had like a different like talk and like love. And I was just like, I love you guys. I love you.
We also went to the OC Winterfest
Oh,
the
that was
day
fun.
before New Year's
Couple
Eve.
days. Yeah, a couple days
The
before.
day
was it
before.
No, it was the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
We
it
went
was.
there on the 30th, and then we were all together on the 31st.
Oh, was the day before? Yeah, so we had that buildup of
Of love.
love.
Yes. By the end of us leaving the Winterfest,
Winterfest?
Kenton looked at me and he was like, I don't know how you do it with
Yeah.
the boys. Because
Yeah.
Boz Like, he's a 5-year-old boy.
Boz got in trouble last night at my house.
Boz got in trouble with me yesterday, y'all.
Wait, did he? Because was it the day of Boz getting in trouble?
Boz
was getting in trouble.
It wasn't with me. I didn't even scold him.
Popped from me yesterday.
Ooh,
like, and it was one of those. Nana made New Year's resolutions for the kids, and she had everyone read and repeat after her. And they were basically like, I will not hit my, my brother or my cousins. And if someone is, making me uncomfortable or hitting or there's a problem, I'm either going to come get my mom, my grandmother, or Nana or my great-grandmother. So after Boz was not listening and I was like, you know what?
He didn't repeat after those things?
This is what we're going to have to do right now. I was like, I got to, I have to lay, some of this discipline down because the other things that I'm doing, that boy needed his little ass popped. And I hate saying that because it goes against my whole spirit, but I did it and Ryder was like, like, Boz went and told on me. Boz was crying for Nana. I was like, we gonna this is between us right now.
I am your
Boz
mom.
Told Nana.
Then Boz was like, I need my Nana. He went to Nana's room. Basically, Nana doesn't know that he got in trouble. She was so happy. She thought Boz was just upset. She said Boz came in. He let me hold him. We sang together. We read books. I was like,
he got in trouble, Nana.
Right, like we're not singing and holding.
I was like, okay, this is yeah. But Ryder was like, ooh, Boz got popped, and she told my dad when I dropped him off because I was like, we got you. You listen, you're at Papa's house. All this
he
stuff.
got in trouble with Dad last night.
Oh, really?
What happened?
We were filming a video making kimchi. So if you guys follow my Snapchat, you know I'm obsessed with
kimchi.
pho and kimchi.
How long does it take to ferment?
I'm gonna do mine for a month.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I've mastered making pho. Like, I can claim that. Okay.
Yes.
And now my new thing this year was I wanted to learn how to make kimchi. I ordered all this stuff off of Amazon because I couldn't find it in stores. I ordered stuff from like the Asian Mart, and it all came yesterday, so I was juiced. So I convinced Dad to stay because he was just coming to drop off Ryder. I convinced him to stay and help me make kimchi, and he was down because Dad likes to cook and stuff. Boz was not listening.
Your eyes.
He had a golf club.
Oh, no.
And he kept trying to take the golf club sideways angle to put it into the camera like hit the cabbage. and I'm not even paying attention, but Boz is closer to Dad.
Yeah.
So Dad in the video is like, Boz, told you to Boz. And then somebody around me goes, ooh, Boz got in trouble. And then I had to go back and watch it to hear Dad and then there was another one where Boz was like coming doing something else again he was supposed to do. And then Dad goes, I'm going to sit you right here and you're not going to move.
In the video?
In the video. I'm like, dang, Boz was getting in trouble last night. And then Zach's in the video talking about, whoop him. Whoop him.
That's every now and then.
Whoop him.
Nana goes, beat him. And I say, I am not beating him, Nana. And she goes, he's not going to learn.
Boz last night was about to get in trouble. He was really about to get popped because I could tell Dad was on his last whim of anything.
Dad was probably like, look, little boy.
Before they left, he was leaving, and it only worked out because Terry was taking Ace too, so it was like all the boys left at the same time.
Oh, okay.
But Boz looked at me and goes,
you guys were free?
No, we had Rye.
Oh, I was like,
Boz was like,
you were free? I know, I'm happy.
I
like that when you have moments alone because y'all be needing it. Oh, I forgot you.
We had Ryder, and it was fine. I woke up in the bed lonely.
Aww.
I said, what happened? He said, you fell asleep early, and him and Ryder were up, and then he said he just fell asleep in the bed with Rye. And
That's cute.
So I was like, okay, all my friends are gone.
I'm by myself.
But when Boz was leaving, he like turns to me and goes, am I going to be back at your house tomorrow? Am I coming back with you tomorrow? Do you know when my mom is coming to get me? It was like 10 questions at once.
So help me.
They didn't know when
he said, am I really going home with him right now?
Like, please tell me I'm coming back over here tomorrow.
My dad and I did the kid exchange at the convention center yesterday. And both the kids were really excited. They were like, we want to go inside. We like it here. It's so big. It's quiet. Like, we want to go inside.
Run
and
around.
Like, and they were like, is this where Papa works? And like, you're here sometimes. They were asking all these questions. So I was like, yeah, we'll come back on another day. And then the whole time I'm like, oh, let's see how this reaction goes. And they were excited that Papa was coming. So my dad comes down and I park right next to him. Then I like start transferring their stuff into his car, and at first Boss is like, Papa, and Ryder's like, Papa. And then out of nowhere, Boss looks over and he goes, why are you putting our stuff in his car?
Hold up. I don't like this anymore.
But it was like he was bouncing around, then he was like, wait a minute.
You that slick lady?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, well, you guys are going to go to Auntie's house. Like,
And they like coming to
we'll
my
do.
house.
And then all of a sudden, Boss said, are you going to be there? And I was like, Mom has to go do some work. He said, you're going to go do the podcast. Are you staying here?
He's trying to figure it out.
He was trying to figure it.
He was like, he asked a
what's
few
your work?
things. And I was like, I need to go work on moving at the house.
Yeah.
I have some computer work. And he was like, but when am I going to see you next? So I'm sure you got the same,
I got
same
10
grill
questions asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Aw.
great.
Yeah.
But I have a question for you guys. I
That's
was
great.
thinking about it this morning, and I was thinking about it yesterday after we were texting. And one of the things I want to talk about before we finish is, what goals do you guys have for the Think Loud Crew podcast for this year?
Why was I
feel
thinking
like
about this in the car this morning?
We should set goals, and we should do them on the podcast, whether it's today or the next time. We should start today. But I want our podcast listeners and our crew to hold us accountable for the goals that we set.
I like this.
Interesting.
I can start because
Okay.
I've already thought about it.
I've thought about it too, and I
I
feel
thought
like
about it too,
it
but I don't
started
know
this
if
week.
it's the same goal. I don't know.
Let's
Okay,
just go
so
for
who
it.
wants to start?
You
then?
go.
Okay, so one of the goals that I have, and I'll just say one because I don't want to take your guys in case we all have the same goals.
We're all on the
But-
same page. Go talk.
One of the goals that I have this year that we have talked about actually now for 2 years
What?
is I want us to finally do a event.
Yes.
And within that event, I want us to combine all of the ideas that we have had in the past into one event. It started off with doing a live podcast. Then it
Yes.
started off of let's set intentions and do like a intention setting night.
yeah.
And then it was like let's do a vision board night.
Yeah.
I feel like we can do all of those things in one situation. We can have a vision board night and still have a live podcast after when
Could be
we're
like a
explaining.
workshop.
Right, like a workshop.
Yes.
So I genuinely want to do that this year. Last year we tried to plan it. We even got a venue.
We had meetings.
We had
a date.
But it was just too much happening at one time.
Mm-hmm.
I want to really truly plan something this year. But the problem is with that is, where do you guys live?
Yeah, it's the location.
Location,
Can
and I
somebody-
think it's also like our schedules are always, which always gets in like.
The way.
So it's like
way.
we have to plan.
We have to make a
I think,
priority.
in a few,
And
like
a few months
we
away.
can't make it like, oh, here's 30 days or here's
Yes.
2 weeks, which we
Yeah.
like,
Literally, I think we always
do.
were like 2 weeks.
Let's
We
do
get
this.
it.
So
We
now-
get so excited.
Yeah.
I do have a venue in mind that has a stage in like a back room, and
I'm
I'm
so down.
going to go visit it.
We're ready.
next week because I want this to happen too.
I
this
want
year.
you guys to tell us in the comments below where you guys are from and where you're listening at, because we want to do more. We want to start doing live podcasts this year.
And
so
more,
within
yeah.
that, we need to know where should we go?
Where are y'all?
do we start?
Let's go on
Travis,
tour.
can you cut that for Instagram? Thank you.
I like that.
Where are y'all?
Where's everybody?
Where is everybody? Where y'all at?
Where do we go?
Rep your city.
Oh, so are you saying that as in like where can we go? Like
yeah,
yes.
we
if
do,
there's
like,
20 people who comment Texas, then we need to go to Texas. Like,
and do a thing.
yeah, let's
That'd be-
go. We want to come to you.
I'm here for this.
Okay,
I'm here for that.
Kyle, what's your goal?
Well, we touched on this yesterday in the group chat. I want us to be more consistent. I know you're better than I am. I'm not really on Instagram. And like I want us to get
best.
on a set schedule where before we've tried having a set schedule where it's like we each post for the week. But I think now we're at a place where we can find someone to help us with our social media content and like rather than us like trying to squeeze in like, oh my gosh, I have to make this content, I need to figure out when to post it, or I'm trying to move all these things around. It's, hey, friend, crew member, like here's some content for the week, or here's some ideas that we want to do. Let's sit down like once a week or maybe every 2 weeks and just have like a, this is the flow, chop up some more clips from the episode so that we can actually, you know,
have a rhythm.
Have more of a rhythm, have more content, keep you guys more engaged. And I feel like there's so many conversations that we have within our conversations where it's like there's so many questions that come up. I think it would give more opportunity for us to get to know our listeners more, our listeners to like get to know us more. So if we were just more consistent on our social media platforms and bringing someone on board.
I think the next goal that we have been talking about as well is bringing on more guests and being more intentional and making sure that the guests that we do bring on are relatable to you guys as well, and you guys are interested in hearing them out and can like just relate. So I think that's another goal that we've been working on as well, is making sure that we have a good lineup and having that balance of hearing just from us and then hearing from people that are inspiring to us and maybe to you guys as well. So I think that if we're always open to hearing from like who you guys want to hear from, because we are always brainstorming within us three of who to bring on. So I know I've gotten a couple DMs of people that you guys want to hear from previous and just hearing their backstory again. So yeah, that's another goal of ours this year, is just making sure that we have a good lineup for you guys.
Yeah, so if you guys have any guests in mind that you would want us to have onto the Think Loud Crew podcast, comment them below so that we can do our job of reaching out to them and trying to get them to come on. And it doesn't have to be someone who lives in LA. We can always figure out how to Zoom or video them in or phone call them in as well.
Yeah, and we'll do our best, and we'll, you know, what we think that what's good for our platform as well to bring them on.
Yeah,
because it's not just about us.
Yeah,
it's about the people that we touch and the stories that we learn from. So
that touch us. Yeah.
Are there any more goals we can think of?
I don't know.
I just want to put more
intention,
energy and time and resources into it. I feel like we have something really good. I feel like we have a really good community that we've been building, but now how do we take it further?
Yeah.
I want to redo the website so that it's like more like in community based or engaging.
Yeah,
like there's more of a reason to go on the website versus just, you know, what it is right now.
Right.
I feel like there's more things that we can do in terms of building out like a merch store where, say, rather than just Think Loud Crew merch, it's what are our, you know, what is our crew members, what is the community, like what kind of products do you guys have? Like there's other ways that we can
I like that.
get our, you know, support each other, because at the end of the day,
or we can have like a highlight.
Yeah, we're all just trying to figure it out. We're all like on this entrepreneurial journey together, and I feel like there's ways that we can
help each other.
I actually like that you just brought that up, because I think instead of like having it in store, I think it'd be cool if we highlight maybe an entrepreneur, a new up-and-coming somebody, and just highlight them on our podcast, and then highlight them like, this is how you buy their products.
I like that a lot.
I was going to bring up again with the guest. We did it once before, but if you guys have any other like mom or like podcasts, we have collabed before. I don't know if you guys are down to do that again, but I know there's other mom podcasts that I've seen, not necessarily follow that much, but that would be cool to.
I would love to collab with a dad podcast.
Yes. I think we need, I love hearing from Zach and his friend, like when we had Zach on a couple of times.
It's just a different perspective of things. And
it is. It's a good perspective.
You walk away thinking, okay, I didn't think about it that way. And I feel like in all of our situations, we should be open to hearing the other side.
Yes.
I think that's important.
So important because we are 3 moms, but then when we hear, like you just said, when we hear the dad's point of view, it's like, oh shit, my bad. Like I didn't
think about it like that.
I didn't think.
No, that's
we for sure had a conversation the other day of like co-parenting and like the dad perspective and how to juggle that. So it is interesting just because dads think a different way.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am excited for this year for our growth within the Think Loud Crew podcast, and I really hope that you guys listen to this and hold us accountable as much as we hold ourselves accountable. Also, if there's someone in the crew that has any ideas, please reach out and tell us. Or if you are someone who wants to come on yourself, please reach out and tell us. Like, I really want to be way more engaging this year on all forms, and I want to start here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
I feel like we've put enough time and energy into this where it's like, okay, we have something. Now let's take it up a notch.
Yeah.
You know, it's we see that it's something that we can build on. It wasn't just like, oh, this was a fun idea, let's go do it. But I'm proud of us. Like
it's a year of leveling up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's level it up.
Let's keep going.
Okay, do you guys have WTFs or advice?
I have a few WTFs because I feel like we haven't had.
Oh, key.
Let us know.
Let's go, Shannon. Not a few.
No, I'm going back to Christmas.
Okay.
Because
we still haven't unpacked Christmas and the holiday. Like,
but anyway, yeah, we haven't. My WTF is I want to keep magic in my house. There's Santa. Parker believes in Santa. So I need to figure it out next year how I will wrap gifts without waking Parker up. So I was wrapping gifts. Parker wakes up. I was in a zone. I was like, I'm wrapping gifts. Parker's asleep. I got this. Parker wakes up. And I was such in a zone that I didn't realize anybody else was around me. And he goes, Mom. And I must have screamed. Like somebody was murdering me.
Shannon.
I screamed so loud. I could look. I'm like, oh my God. Hi, Papa. How? Let's go to sleep. Because he saw all the gifts. He saw all the wrapping paper. And I was like... we went back to bed and I just started laughing because I screamed so loud. Like, he was like, Mom, you scared me.
You're like, you scared me.
You scared the shit out of me. And now he is coming home and saying, Mom, I don't believe in Santa. He was like, you were up all night. You didn't go to sleep. How did Santa come to the house when you're just up? He's like, you didn't go to sleep. You're up wrapping gifts for my cousins.
But I feel like Parker's at that age where it's like,
so he's really
hit or miss. And whatever he's hearing at school.
Yes. And that's what I asked him. So this morning he keeps bringing it up. Like yesterday he brought it up and then he was like, Mom, you were just up all night and I saw you wrapping the gifts. He was like, I don't understand. Where was Santa? And I'm like,
I was helping him.
I was literally.
Hey, I'm a goddamn elf.
I'm gonna say Santa didn't get you enough, baby, so mommy had to come in.
I'm an elf. All right, you got me.
I just was like, God damn it. And so this morning, I was like, Papa, there's still magic. I was like, you cannot leave.
There's still magic.
He was like, next Christmas, I'm putting you to bed. He said, I'm going to put a barrier around you so you cannot leave the room. He was like, I'm going to put spiders around you so they'll attack you when you leave.
He's going to do a Santa trap.
He said.
Him and Boz wanted to do a Santa trap.
Girl, you are not leaving. I said, so our friends telling you don't believe in Santa? I was just like, man. Aww. So I feel like I
always wondered
fucked it up.
What age? No.
I did.
No, because Emmy still believes in Santa, Ashley's daughter, and she's 8.
Yeah, I want him to keep the she
cried when it was time for the elves to go back to the North Pole. Ashley sent me a video. She was sobbing. Those were real tears.
Those are real tears.
Real
You're
tears.
sweet princess girls.
Oh,
Like,
man.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kyle?
I guess it's not so much. No WTF. I've actually feel like I've had a great week.
Good.
Take risk. Bet on yourself. That's my advice. Cut that toxic shit off if it's weighing you down. Like, it's okay to start over.
I love this.
Like, that's where I'm at.
I like that.
Yeah.
Period.
Period.
Period, poo.
I like that.
Yeah. I love that you took some of your advice and you were still. Like,
Oh
you've
my
been talking about being present and
Girl.
being still. Like,
I was too damn still. Okay, I couldn't move.
that should be the advice.
It's
Take
crazy.
your advice at times. Like,
That's the crazy thing. Yesterday, I filmed an episode for Unfiltered Kitchen, which is the podcast that I do with my dad. For those of you guys who haven't checked it out, go check it out. But we were talking about like different things we wanted to do this year, and I sounded so backwards because I said I want to take a trip every month this year. I want to travel. Sorry, I have the hiccups. I think every month, and big or small. So big can be getting on an airplane. Small can be going to Newport and spending the night at a random hotel, like a staycation. So I was explaining that to Dad, and then he was like, "Okay, what's another goal?" And I said, "I want to be still." He's like, "What?"
there's an earthquake as she's talking about. I want to be still.
Is that an air? Oh my god.
Oh, it is an earthquake. It's still
It's
going.
still going.
Still
It's
going.
still
It's
going.
still going.
And I think it's about to stop. Dang, that
I
hit,
still feel it.
that had to hit somewhere really hard for us to get that.
I'm gonna look it up while you keep telling us about your goal.
Go to Twitter. Somebody knows. Okay.
Girl, there's a whole earthquake website.
Is it really? Okay, anyway. So I feel like I was sounding
Should've went under
so
the table.
contradicting myself by saying how I wanted to travel, but then be still. And Dad was looking at me so confused.
So
like,
you just
I'm
contradict
so
yourself.
confused. But I was trying to explain to him that being still doesn't mean like literally not moving, like and being
But being just
being content
Yeah.
with where I'm at and what I have. And I think that I'm still processing that. I feel like last year for me was a lot of like ending chapters of things and like getting things done. Shannon, you're okay. Okay. Shannon is freaking out over the earthquake.
I felt it in the chair. It was her chair
I
rubbing
think
against
she
my
said
chair.
we
just
should
now.
get under the table, but I'm just gonna ignore her because the building's not moving anymore. I'm
Wait,
like,
I wanted.
but
No,
yeah,
I love this.
I think that last year was a lot of getting things closed. Like
Yes.
chapters are closing. This is done. This case is done. This case is done.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, I want to like be content and be happy in like the place that I'm at. Like I feel like when we moved everything from our old house to our new house, but we didn't actually go through boxes. Like there's so many boxes in our garage of shit that we just haven't opened, and I'm like, if we haven't opened it in a year, we don't need it.
Yeah.
Like I'm still in that moment of like purging and like enjoying my home. I feel like when we moved, it was still in the midst of so much happening that I didn't truly get to, like, I enjoy my house, of course, but to really sit and look like,
Wow.
wow. So this year, I really just want to learn how to be content within the things that I have in my family and to be present and to do things that make me happy.
As you should.
Yeah.
I'm on the same page. I'm trying to go on a trip too.
I took it wasn't advice last week, but I took your, I don't know if it was advice, but I got juices yesterday and I
you
couldn't,
detox.
I didn't stop thinking about you. It sounds really weird, but I'm like, Shy would be proud of me.
I would be so proud of you.
And I took pictures and I was going to post it, but
you should have.
I was going to say that
Shannon.
you inspired me. Because I went to Creations before work, and I'll do like a coffee because I feel like, I think I'm just like immune to just buying coffee.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take Shy's advice of like just juicing and cleansing my body and feeling good about like my body.
Yeah.
And like that starts first. And I'm like, I bought 2 juices yesterday.
I'm proud of you.
And I was like,
I did it.
and I felt so good. I was so happy going to work yesterday. I was like, this is good.
It
I'm
makes
like, Shy
you
would
feel
be proud.
good.
It
It makes
does.
you feel really good.
Have either one of you tried colon hydrotherapy?
Mm-mm.
No.
I want to try it, but it's like they cleanse
Cleanse
your
your colon?
colon because that's where all our waste is, and it's just like the way our bodies function.
Are you talking about like a colonic?
It's
Yeah.
not I don't think it's like a full colonic.
I think
It's like
it is.
that the same thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
where they put the tube in, then it's like
And
they
water.
cleanse you out,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's just a
Well, either
colonic.
way. Well, I'm trying
You
to go
just
get
found
one
a
of those.
fancy name for it.
I didn't know what it's called. That's what the lady called it.
I
Shit.
actually talked about it on my Snapchat the other day. I had a full lesson from people what a colonic is versus a colonoscopy.
Oh yeah, I'm not thinking colonoscopy. So I
No.
guess colonic,
Colonic
It's a
cleaning.
colonic.
colon
Yeah.
hydrotherapy. It's the same thing.
Yes, it's just a
But
fancier
would
name.
y'all be down?
Let's go together.
to do it.
I'm gonna go, but not with you guys. Just being honest.
I'm not
That
saying, hey,
part.
let's go be
Yeah.
shitty together at the
I don't
same
want to
time.
see a tube coming
Ew.
out of your ass.
I don't want anyone seeing
Okay.
that.
Anyways, you guys.
All right, guys.
would you like to know?
Yes, we can all go. Thank you guys for listening to the Think Loud Crew podcast. You can always get our podcast anywhere that you get your podcasts from. Follow us
What was
on
that?
Instagram and on YouTube, and you can follow me at Shy Not Shy.
And you can follow me at Kyle Lynn.
And you can follow me at Hair by Shannon C.
And as always, don't forget to tell your crew about our crew. Come on, Shannon.